Casper's number one for new country, My Country 95.5. What a privilege, Prairie Wife. We have royalty, country music royalty on the phone with us. Neal McCoy, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Good to talk to you. Prairie Wife, good to talk to you.
Neal, this is kind of funny. Now, this will give away my age a little bit, but I remember when you was just a young, new guy, but now you, sir, are a country legend. So
absolutely.
What is it like to now be one of the veterans of the industry now?
You know what? It feels pretty dang good. First of all, I don't really believe that you remember when I was a young guy. It was a long time ago when I was a young guy.
He's pretty old. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't hear my bones creaking, Neal.
But it's an honor. I'm glad I've been able to hang around and that old adage of, it's not where you get, it's how you get there. I've tried to do that right, and I think we've been able to pull that off. So I think it helps when we're around some of these younger people. They do know that they figured out, hey, this is a guy that's been able to do stuff and do it the right way. And I even have some of the younger artists say, man, I hope I can get to where you are and have done it the same way you have. And that's flattering.
Yeah, well, we want to talk music, and obviously you're going to be in town to benefit the Mills Firefighters, which is such a great cause, Monday at the Casper Events Center. Well, I want to talk about something you do on Facebook, the Pledge of Allegiance. Explain, you have done the Pledge of Allegiance live over 1,000 times, Neal. What inspired you to do that? You know what?
It's a long story. I'll try and give you the cliff notes. My mother is from the Philippine Islands. My father met her in the United States Army. And so Mom... And they more, of course, moved back to the United States. Mom raised us kids, all three of us kids, I'm the youngest one, to appreciate and understand how great and don't take for granted how great the country is that we were born in, that we are raised in. And I think sometimes it takes somebody from another country to have lived in somewhere else to really appreciate living here. So she always instilled that in us, and I just about almost 4 years ago just started saying it on my Facebook and just to see what kind of response I would get. And we have a lot of followers. A lot of people still respect our flag and love this country.
Amen to that, brother.
Yes, that's right. Hey, Neal, have you ever been to Wyoming before?
Yes, ma'am. I've been to Wyoming a bunch of times. Girl, hey, when you're old as me, you've been everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Well, we were chatting a little bit. I hope you bring your coat because we've already had a little bit of snow in some of the areas.
Oh, I am so jealous because we're stopped in Kansas. We stopped in Kansas City, and we've come to y'all. We left Texas a day ago, and it was 102.
Well, if you wanted to spend a couple extra days here, we wouldn't mind.
Hey, I wouldn't mind either. Don't think I wouldn't like to, but unfortunately, we got to move on and do more shows. Dang it!
By the way, if you like flying kites, bring one with you. We can help you with that.
Yeah, that Wyoming wind.
Yep.
Man, y'all got an early fall.
we have basically winter, 6 weeks of summer, and we call that road construction time, and then it's winter again.
Yeah, we like to say only the strong survive in Wyoming. So, hey, what's happening next for you when you get done with this?
What's next with it for me?
What are you doing next? Let us know. What are you working on?
Girl, we're always working to record new music. So, and now they've made it easier and cheaper to do that. So a lot of people put stuff up. Not too long ago, I put out a favorite hit. It's called Neal McCoy's Favorite Hits, and it's songs of mine that we've had hits with. But a couple of new things that I'm especially proud of. One great song called "I Miss You Already," talking about how you miss your kids when they're growing up, and you already miss them, knowing that they're going to be leaving one day. And then I was fortunate enough I got to record my bucket list album about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's called You Don't Know Me. It's Songs in the Great American Songbook. I pride myself on the Sinatra and Dean Martin, Nat King Cole stuff. That's the stuff I really sank my teeth into early before I even got into country music. So I cut an album of that, and that's out there, and I hope that people will get a chance to hear it because it's my favorite album.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Neal, because we just had the chance to interview Ken Burns, who's got that brand new country music series where he does a deep dive on the history of country music, including a guy I know that is close to you, Charlie Pride. Now, I saw, what was it, a couple years ago, you actually performed with Charlie at a Grammys thing. What was that experience like?
It was fantastic. I actually got to fly and present him with the award, and then we performed together. There's nothing like it. I won a contest in '81, and that's when I met Charlie. It was 38, 39 years ago. and he's the one that helped me get my foot in the door in country music. And he still is my dear friend, my mentor, my hero, and we love him to death. My wife and I often told him and his wife Rosine the entire time that we've known him, if we wouldn't have had parents of our own and we could choose parents, it would be y'all.
Oh, I love that. What a great story.
Yeah.
Well, he's a great person. He deserves every accolade that he gets, and I hope that he just continues to get them and continues to live a lot longer so he can be around to accept those things.
Absolutely.
By the way, if you just turned the radio on, wondering who we're chatting with, this is Neal McCoy.
Name drop.
On the phone. I know. I'm going to say that at least 7 more times today, so be warned.
Yeah. Hey, I'll pick it up for you and give you a bigger name.
Well, the thing, Neal, I remember from back in the early days, we're talking mid to late 90s and stuff, and your live show was always very audience-oriented. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody that gets the audience involved in a show quite like you.
Man, I appreciate you saying that, and we still think we do, and that's why we're out here, and that's why we want to encourage people if they get a chance to come see us to come see us, because and I thank you for recognizing that, and because when we take the stage, my band and I, it is for the people there. It is not to show you how good I can sing or how good they can pick. It is for us to entertain you. So when you walk away, you go, wow, that was about as much fun as I've ever had.
Well, just like your live shows, Neal, when social media kind of became a thing, you were the one guy that came to my mind. I'm thinking Neal is going to love this because this gives you a chance to go directly to the people and interact with the people, just like you've been doing with the Pledge on Facebook. I mean, your use of social media is just amazing.
I appreciate it. It is a great avenue for me because I'm pretty personable and hopefully down to earth. So when folks have an opportunity to really see reality presented that way, then I think it works. Some people have talked to me about doing a reality show. Then I got digging into it, and I thought, well, there ain't really much reality here. It's all staged, and so I thought I could combat that by just getting on my phone live every day and every night. I do it every night too for people that want to join me. A thing called Just Talking.
Yeah.
And people have really gotten on board with that, and they get to know the real side of somebody through this, and they spend a couple hours a day with me every day.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so amazing. Yeah. Well, Neal, I so much appreciate your time, brother.
Yes, thank you.
We are so thankful that you are doing what you're doing for the Mills Firefighters. I know they're going to say thank you in person when you arrive in town, but thanks so much for being you, and we can't wait to see you at the Casper Events Center, sir.
I appreciate it, Doc. Prayer Wife, thank y'all for taking time to talk to me.